Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grow up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vote and create wealth from within. Hey, what's up, family? Y'all gotta bear with me on today. What's up, TikTok? What's up, YouTube? What's up, Facebook? Hello, Clubhouse. I am streaming live on all of the aforementioned platforms, okay? So you will see me looking down because I'm over here interacting on Clubhouse. You will see me looking to the right because I'm over here talking to my family on TikTok. You will see me looking to the left because I'm talking to my family over here on YouTube and Facebook. I could not wait to get here and have this conversation on today, okay? I had to make sure I take care of my household and my family and make sure everything was copacetic. But I had to address this here, okay? This is a conversation that is well needed. And if you in the room, I'm asking you to stay in the room. We're going to have this much needed conversation respectfully. When you get disrespectful, then you give me the wherewithal to disrespect you back. We can disagree. We don't have to have the same mind, the same thoughts. At the end of the day, the truth will remain the truth. And the truth does hurt. It's not here or told to make you feel good. The truth does hurt, but it also heals, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to first and foremost say Happy Father's Day to all of you amazing fathers. Whether you are in your children's lives, whether you are out of your children's lives, whether you ain't never been in your children's lives, whether your baby mama is bitter, Happy Father's Day, okay? Happy Father's Day. You are a father, and don't let society and nobody else ever tell you otherwise. It does not matter. And it will take a real woman to tell you that, okay? And we're going to talk about this on today. We're going to have this conversation on today. Before we start moving forward, I want to say, if you beautiful people don't mind sharing, if you beautiful people do not mind sharing this with somebody, I'm just a woman for the job, and that's why I only have 2 or 3 friends, because I'm not afraid to say what the world don't want to say. I'm not afraid to have hard conversations and truthful conversations, and it doesn't matter who don't like it. I am always going to fight against injustices. It doesn't matter if it's against whites, if it's against blacks, if it's against females, if it's against males, if it's against good, if it's against evil. I'm always going to stand for the truth. And again, we can have these conversations without disrespect. That's what I am going to say, okay? You don't get to come in my house, and my platforms are my house, and take you a dump and stink up my house and, do whatever it is that you feel necessary. You don't get to do that in my house. My platforms is my sanctuaries. And this is where we come in. We are gathered together to have conversations that are very necessary, whether we agree with them or not, okay? Keep your opinions and your feelings to yourself. Simple as that, especially if they disrespectful. If you want to have communication and conversation and you want a dialogue, then by all means necessary, we can do that all day long. I'm going to keep it respectful with you, and you're going to keep it respectful with me. Respect is earned, it is not given freely, okay? If you guys don't mind over here putting the likes, going crazy on the likes, literally, you get more people to the room. And then I'm going to ask more people in the room to actually come and follow each of you all. And we're gonna do some positivity while we're having this conversation, okay? I ask the same thing over here on Facebook and YouTube, however you are viewing. When I say go and like somebody else that you ain't seen, or follow them or subscribe to them, that's what we're going to do. Same thing on Clubhouse, okay? Same thing on Clubhouse. Now that I have said Happy Father's Day, I want to address something. Because again, I am not the one or the two to be running around here acting like we don't need our kings. Even in a card game, the king is always greater than the queen. In any situation in life, outside of that crap that's going over there in Wales or wherever Queen Elizabeth is at, no disrespect, but it's the truth. The kings have always been and will always be the head above the queen. Always, whether we like that or not. Doesn't matter if America, New Zealand, Africa, it don't matter what nobody in this world tells us or gives us the green light to do. At the end of the day, there was a structure and will always be a structure, and the kings will always be above the queens. Now, with that being said, I need to address some of you Jezebels. I do. And that's going to hurt. If you get hit, just say ouch. Keep it respectful. Because I used to be one. So that's how I am able to talk about a Jezebel and cut his head off as well if it rise up. I'm anointed to execute it, okay? So I'm just telling y'all, if y'all like y'all spirits and stuff like that, keep them to yourself, because if they get out of line, I am anointed and appointed to execute it. Okay? Jezebel. If you don't know, because I don't have a whole bunch of time to actually get into the whole breakdown of what Jezebel is, but in a short form, Jezebel is a super independent woman that usurps the authority, the natural order of a man. That's what a Jezebel is. Something that America has actually created. A lot of Jezebelic women. I'm strong, I'm independent, I don't need no man. That's a Jezebel. That's what it is, okay? Because that's a lie. We will always need our men. We have always needed our men. That's why they are the stronger vessel and we are the weaker vessel. And what really disturbs me is that, when Mother's Day come around, the mothers want all the hype. They want all the roses. They want all the flowers. They want all the accolades. They want all the credit. And just to be clear, I don't celebrate either one, okay? Because we are mothers and fathers every day. I think it's very thoughtful to actually, have a day to honor and celebrate women and men, but that's something that should be done every single day. Because people can say all day long, Happy Mother's Day, Happy Father's Day in the moment, and then turn around and cuss their mama and their fathers right out. So it really means nothing. It's another way for the rich to get richer, in all honesty, for people to get broke. But nevertheless, I think that it's a great deal to have a Mother's Day and a Father's Day to honor mothers everywhere, to honor fathers everywhere. The problem that I have is that women, and I'm only going to say we, because I ain't greater than nobody else, but just know I don't participate in this foolishness. but I'm gonna say we because we ain't above. I'm just talking about we collectively as women. We want all the shenanigans, you know, roses. If our significant others or our children and tell us Mother's Day, we'll have a whole meltdown, right? Truthfully. But when the Father's Day come up, they don't go all out for Father's Day. I see more women disrespecting fathers on Father's Day. Well, no, I raised my kid, you know what I'm saying, by myself. So I'm the mama and I'm a father. No, you a Jezebel. That's what you are. Because at the end of the day, I don't care what kind of castration you do to yourself, how you alter yourself, how you do whatever you want to do with your genitalia, how you want to shave your hair off, how you want to act macho, how you want to do A to Z to make you think that you are a man. The cold hard facts is that you'll never be. And that's the cold hard facts. I'm not reading off of anything, okay? As I stated, I don't know if you was in here in the beginning, I'm streaming to several platforms, not just TikTok. So if you see me move to the left, I'm over here talking to my audience over here on YouTube. Okay? And if you see me looking down, I'm talking to my audience on Clubhouse. Nevertheless, back to what I was saying. You see the disrespect happen in, well, they ain't here, they sorry, and they ain't no good, and you know, all of this stuff. I done had a few people today get raging mad, so much so that they had to actually put in some cuss words to get their point across. I'm a single mother and I done raised my kid by myself. What that mean? God gave you the grace to raise that kid by yourself, okay? He'll congratulate you in the end, but it does not change the fact that you will never be the father. That is all the way out wrong. All the way out wrong. So we're going to have this conversation today. And I mean it. And you know what? I'm the woman that's for the job because God already knew. Like, I'm going to say what I want to say and ain't nobody going to touch me. That's all I know. Ain't nobody gonna touch me. So as long as I know that, I'm good, you know, at the end of the day. Women will be quick to say fathers are deadbeats, but it be whole deadbeats as women. Straight up. I'm a woman. Ask me how I know. I done been around a lot of women. Crooked, conniving, deceiving, and to be honest with you, your baby daddy might don't want nothing to do with the child because you involved. That don't excuse a man not being there for their child. Trust me, I have been that single mother struggling, not because I withheld my children, but because I decided to move on. Nevertheless, it did not take away from the fact that that was their father, period. It did not take away and could not take away. Whether you choose to be in their life, you're going to have to answer to them. And you're going to have to answer to the Most High. But at the end of the day, you still their father. I didn't make them by myself. Even the situation and the circumstances by which my kids came into this world. And I don't know, for whatever reason, why women feel like, because I bore the children, I have the legal right to take the child from the man. Now, this is only one objective that I would have. If that man is unsafe to himself first, and unsafe to his child second, then you need to set aside some type of schedulized visit. That way that man can still see his child safely. Phenomenal. If you can check your spam, because every email went out, beloved. Every single one. And I will check when I get off here, okay? For sure. But we have women that are deranged just because you are the mother or you birthed them. doesn't mean that you have the legal right to say, I'm the dominant parent and screw you. And if we're not together anymore, then I get to take my children from you. And then wonder why the kids grow up the way that they do. I don't care if you had a good paying job, because the government put all of that into place, okay? We'll just get rid of the man by offering you some type of assistance, some type of position in corporate America. And then you can tell him to go on about his business because you don't need him, because we taking care of you. And so you start having the women regurgitate that same speech and start saying, I don't need you. I can do this by myself. And that's why you loaded down with fibroids and mental issues. Can I be real? You trying to do something that you were never tasked to do. You were never tasked to carry that weight. Never. And when we get mad and we get bitter, because we get bitter and we get mad, they go on and move on and they're done with you, and you know, they may be dating somebody else. Well, no, my kids can't go around because I don't know the other woman. But you're going to have another man. Make this make sense. And at the end of the day, no stepfather or no mother can give a young boy or a young girl their identity. So you can give them all the finer things in life. You can buy them all the stuff. You can nurture them. You know, you can make them sweeter than Kool-Aid. It doesn't matter. You cannot give them their identity. The identity comes from the king, not the queen. It comes from the king. And so that's why you can give them all those things and they'll still stray. They will still stray. They will still, why? Because they're looking for something that you can't. Well, oh my God, I've been so wonderful to you. And why would you break my heart like that and go do things that you ought not to? Because you cannot give that child that identity. And if the child is looking for its identity, it's going to live a life searching for its identity. Because you, beloved mother, cannot give a man child or a girl their identity. That comes from the father. Our role is to nurture. Our job is to nurture. Yes, it's predominantly with boys, but specifically with girls, because that's how girls go off and meet the wrong men, make all the bad mistakes and the decisions. Why? Because they're looking for that identity that they father. That is why during a marriage, the male is supposed to give away the daughter, and the mother is supposed to cut ties with the son, so that the wife and the husband can become one. That's why. It's not just some ritual or traditional thing. It's I'm releasing you from my guardianship and joining you to your spouse. And so we see a whole entire generation of jacked up children. I don't care what color they are. They jacked up. They get an identity from rap songs. They get an identity from the Kardashians. They're getting their identity from sex and drugs. And you can be the best parent. You can be the best parent. But you can't give them their identity. That's why you got problems. Okay? That's why, and what will happen is, I have a doctorate in destroying devils and lies and chains and shackles. That's what my doctorate degree is in. Destroying the enemy. So what we have is A whole bunch of overly emotional men. Why? Because we as women are overly emotional. That's why I was commanded to deal with the woman gentle, because she is the weaker vessel. We have those times of the month where we are emotionally unstable. Literally, our hormones are everywhere. When we think emotionally. So why the young lady had the audacity to come and start cursing. I support men who blah blah blah. You emotional, boo. You're bitter. Your bitterness is showing out of your heart. And then you turn around and raise your child with that bitterness and that poison. And don't think that them kids ain't gonna grow up wanting to see their father anyway, no matter what you said about their father, because they want to know for themselves. They want to see who they look like. They're looking for their identity. I want to see for myself. Then all of a sudden you got No, you cannot, ladies. And then another sister, because I would like to address this, said this earlier today. Well, I believe that the argument of Father's Day and Mother's Day is really irrelevant, especially if the child is suffering. Well, let's talk about why the child is suffering. Because you have two adults that won't respect each other's position and role. At the end of the day, we may not like each other. And you ain't going to catch me disrespecting your father, the one who put you in this earth, put you inside my womb. I bore you into the earth, but they put you into this earth. Women don't have seed. Women don't have seed. They have eggs. I said that. So that's my child. You would not have that child without a seed. And at the end of the day, that is that man's seed. Whether they deadbeat, whether they losers, whether they psychopaths. Listen, you got pregnant by them. That says a lot about you. You had a whole baby by them. Wasn't deadbeats or bums and psychopaths then. And if they was, you ignored all the signs. So shame on who? You are what you eat. Birds of a feather flock together. The law of attraction. So it's time to get a mirror and look on the inside. You was crazy, he was crazy. Yeah, that's what happened. But that does not warrant you to go and start speaking down on him. It was thick up in here when we had to address the brothers. It was thick. All the women was in the chat. Yes, sister. Yes. But I told y'all gonna have y'all day too. I'm just gonna be the woman that's gonna tell you. That is some sick stuff. Then one of the women had the audacity to have God on your profile. Is you crazy? The very man that he made in his image and his likeness, you speak so derogatory of. That's a sickness. You need to go get healed. That's what it is. Unhealed. It's trauma that you didn't heal from. So now you spewing that and you poisoning the minds of your children. And then we wonder why our kids is checking out early. Because the only commandment with a promise is, honor thy mother and thy father, that your days may be long on this earth. That is the only commandment with a promise. And we wonder why we set our kids up to die prematurely. Because we poison them. That N word ain't no good. That I remember, I don't know who from the old school like me, but I didn't even know that my grandma and grandpa wasn't together like that, together like that. I didn't know that because they were still in the house with each other. They slept in different rooms, but they were still in the house, and we saw them together. Now, that don't mean that you got to go be with your baby daddy, especially if opposites attract or y'all don't get along with each other. But when it comes to the kids, they need to see unity. That mama and daddy is on the same page, even if we don't like each other. We can have our heated fellowships outside of the presence of the children. That's called respect. And we as women think that our children are going to love us more. Oh, I'm going to walk heavy today. That they're going to love us more. Because, you know, your daddy wasn't around and I just struggle. It's manipulation all twisted up in that. And I'm here for it today. I am. You know, your daddy ain't helped us do nothing. I don't know what I'm going to do. Why would you go tell a kid that? And now they suffering self-esteem issues because they don't feel like the person who's supposed to love them really love them. And that may not always be the truth. They just don't want to deal with you because you're crazy and deranged. So they would rather leave the child with you to have them some peace and say the child will come back when it get older and I'll be able to explain my side of the story. But by the time they come back, they all jacked up because all that bitterness is spewed into them. And that is jacked up. One thing that I do pay attention to is even when baby daddies don't get along with baby mamas or ex-husbands don't get along with ex-wives, I mean, I got to be 100%. They will say, Happy Mother's Day to my BA baby mama, or Happy Mother's Day to, you know, my piece of a baby mother. They will say that in honor of you, even though they don't like you. Am I right or wrong? Y'all tell me if I'm right or wrong. It don't even matter if they like you or not. They'll still acknowledge you somehow, some way, even if it's done disrespectfully. And another thing that I don't see them doing is hopping on Mother's Day, because some of you women don't need children. Some of these brothers have had to take on their children because you wasn't all right and raise them by themselves. Right? And they don't get on Mother's Day talking about, hey, y'all, happy Mother's Day to me. I'm out here doing this thing by myself. They ain't got no mother. You would feel the lowest of the lowest if they did. If your father was not, you know, in your mother's life and say, you know what, yeah, your mother, you ain't got no mother. Your mother's a deadbeat because we not together. So you can't, ain't no happy Mother's Day to your mother. They don't do none of that. But on Father's Day, the Jezebels is in full effect. I'm serious. Happy Father's Day to me. And then we put that poison in our kids' mind. Happy Father's Day to my mama. She was the only one who had my back. And you wonder why we got a generation of sick children. Confused children. Angry children. Wonder where violence and stuff come from? Robbery and all this other stuff that they out there doing? Listen. Then when you can't do nothing with them no more, I'm going to need to call your daddy. Your daddy going to need to get you. He probably don't even want them, Sway. Because you done messed them all up. Like, seriously. You done messed them all up, and now you only want his hand to come in and step in and try to work through, not even undo all of the jacked up stuff that you done did. And like I said, I don't care how anybody feeling on this piece today. So what? It don't make no sense. If a brother tried to come and say this, you would label him misogynistic. So that's why a sister had to come and say that. Every woman don't deserve no children. And let me admonish you, brothers. If you know something's off with your baby mama, fight for your child the right way in the court of law. Okay? Fight for your children. Because I'm here to tell you, women can't raise no man. They can have one, but they can't raise one. And that's why you see what's happening in all over our world right now. And that's the nice way that I'm going to say that. That's why you see a whole bunch of powder puff boys. That's why you see that. A whole bunch of muscle man women. My father was not in my life for a very long time. I met my father at 12. He was still my father, whether he was in my life or not. And then turn around and met him again at 42. And he's still my father. Still is. And I don't hold him accountable. Okay? I don't hold him accountable for anything. Because one thing that I do know, especially in a minority community, half of them didn't have fathers, or they did have fathers, and maybe their father had to go to prison, or their father was killed or murdered or something like that. So they didn't have the father, or that father was abused by his father, who became the abuser to his children. The dysfunction. The dysfunction. So you want someone to come in who don't know what to do, to come in and do something they don't know what to do. Then you have a whole baby by a person who don't know what to do. And then you want to call them a deadbeat or a bum. As if our men don't have a whole lot of stuff to deal with that we as women don't have to deal with. Let's be honest. Especially if your skin tone is a little bit browner, okay? Especially if your skin tone is a little bit brown. You ain't got to worry about walking outside and being hunted down like a whole vulture. You don't got to walk. No, you don't got to walk outside or not know if, you're going to make it back to the house. You ain't got to go sit out in the sun on roofs and lay roof. And you ain't got to go lift heavy machinery and all of that stuff. And try to, with all odds stacked against you, provide an earnest living for however they got to get it. You ain't got to do none of that. And then come back and hear your mouth. I need to start a course on how to keep a man. Boy, I tell you, it'll be a whole lot of sisters get help. How to keep one. Not how to get one, how to keep one. And then another thing I want to address. Because it don't come from real women. Okay? It don't come from real women. It come from Tatianas and all of that stuff. Now, you all on the internet shaking and twerking and dropping it like it's hot and showing everything about your body. And then when you get a man that's looking for bones, because only dogs look for bones. Okay, when you get one of them kind and have a baby, now he's a bum. No, boo, you's a bum. Because you was up on there looking for something that you got. For one, a real man ain't going to want the world to see what belongs to him. So you will never get a real man, for one. Let me help you sisters out. Okay? You're going to never get no real man. Only dogs want bones, baby. And yours is looking really good. You cannot pronounce me your wife. I'm married. I'm sorry. See what I'm saying? You ain't gonna never, ever get a real man. Because on a real man, first of all, won't no other man. What you mean by that? Somebody dictating, because you got them type of women too. Well, you just need to do it this way. You need to, first of all, you're not in charge. Yes, you are my help me, but at the end of the day, it's on me. So I don't need you trying to be a man over me. Thank you very much, sister or brother. I'm sorry. I don't know if you male or female. Charge it to my head, not to my heart, but I appreciate you. Right? That is number one. Don't no man want no other man. If I can't get my point across and you got to tell me everything that I got to do as if, and for those that don't believe, you know, just hear what I got to say if you don't believe. But I'm a believer, okay? I believe the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. So check this out. God in the garden made Adam for himself. This is going to help somebody. God in the garden made Adam for himself. And he made Eve for Adam. God made Adam for himself. And he made Eve for Adam. After he made Adam, he would come down every day to fellowship with Adam. Okay? When he saw that Adam was lonely after having everything provided for him in the garden, then he said, it is not good for man to be alone. Let us create him a helpmeet, okay? Made in his image and likeness from his own rib. Let me create something out of him, not over him. Let me create him something out of him, not over him. Okay? So when we have an issue with men, we need to go to who they belong to. That's how to keep a man. When you actually go to who they belong to, you trying to tell them everything that they're not, and they know who they are. Even if they're not walking in that identity and that purpose, they do know who they are. And they know that you out of line trying to usurp your authority over them. And that's why they won't ever listen to you. You're not trying to be a helpmeet. You're trying to be a ruler over me. Because you start telling them what they need to do and what they better not do and giving them all kind of ultimatums. And if you don't do this, that is Jezebelic in nature. That's witchcraft, boo. That's manipulation. That you're going to give me an order? That's backwardism. Right? Because it really is. So how I learn how to fight the right way for my man, my king, my priest, my provider, my protector is by telling God on him. Since you made him for you, I need to tell you about him. Because don't no man like no man, and don't no man like no leaky faucet. You need to do this more, and you need to do that more, a nagging wife, and you need to do this more, and you need to do, ask a man, why you be taking you so long to get home? Because they don't want to see you. They know that you're going to have something negative to say. They don't want to hear you. They would rather drive around the city and burn gas. That's why it says, men, it's better to dwell on a rooftop than in a house with a nagging woman. And truthfully, a lot of the women have issues with the men in times past in their life. So now they want you to come in and be their knight in shining armor. They, because Disney movies then jacked up their head with Cinderella thinking that Prince Charming is going to come in and rescue them off their feet, and they're just going to, voila, all of their problems is going to, fade away. So when you can't live up to that image, now they start judging you based off of Cinderella and whoever that man was that played the prince. Okay? I got to be truthful today. That's what it really is in real life. Because they give us a fairy tale image. This is how your husband will come and sweep you off, and you may be the ugly swan, and you may be the whatever, the broken person, the rejected, abandoned person. But when your husband comes, he has to be looking all good, and he gonna slip you off your feet. And then when a man don't come in like that, and the man come in, actually, they be thinking that they married a man. They married an assignment. They married an assignment. And women don't know that you are his helpmeet. So anything that you want to see him become is going to come through your loins, not through your mouth. Especially when we have the power to kill and destroy and live and heal. So we start speaking emotionally. You get on my nerves. You make me sick. Instead of get on your face. I never went to my husband and said, you know what? I really like a man that worships. I mean, it's something, it's something sexy about a man that worships, for real. I don't know what it is. Not a man who got gold chains on, you know what I'm saying? Not a man who got big wheels and stuff. No, that's flashy stuff. That's stuff that appeases the eyesight. But I'm going to tell you something about a real woman. If you begin to worship, don't let you start worshiping and lifting your hands and tears running down your face and you in surrenderance to your higher power, your higher authority. That is a turn on. They be sitting there waiting on you like, looking at you like a whole snack. I'm serious. So I'd have to go and tell my husband, well, you need to worship and you need to sing songs like this because this is what I like. I just went to his creator. It's something that I really desire. I really desire for mine. And before you know it, he would be getting in his car, riding, singing little pieces of the worship songs that he heard me playing. We have the power to maim and we have the power to heal. And that's why the disrespect amongst our kings and to our kings and not building them up is not acceptable on my watch. And I would check one of you strong Jezebelic women. And I don't care what president is president. And I don't care what president was prior president. It don't give you a license to get disrespectful with our brothers. And I will be coming back for you brothers because we're going to need y'all brothers to stop listening to this music that degrades us as women. But hell, you can't even get mad at him about that. You go and twerk to the music that they degrade. Like, this is a problem. This is a whole problem. You twerking to the beat in the HO music and you a piece of meat. Break it down, beat. Second round, beat. Like, what in the? Listen, me growing up, that was a fighting word. If you were a male or a female, if you was a male and you called a female a B word, oh, baby, the beat down was on and popping. Ask me how I know. I chased one of our neighbors who was playing football with my brother a little bit too rough. And I intervened and he called me a B word. Chased him for blocks till he went into the grocery store and bought his grandmother's bread. Came out with his head down and got slapped back. Is you crazy? Don't you ever call me out. Those were fighting words. And now you got girls with their tongues out, twerking and popping, and you think somebody is going to respect you. No, Sway, it's not going to happen like that. It's not going to happen like that. And you ain't going to tear the kings down on my watch. They are already a minority. We need a whole entourage of women that will actually pour into our men. And because I have counseled many of married women that don't never tell their dudes or their husbands, their fiancés, I'm so proud of you, even if they broke it in a joke. And don't have a cup to piss in or a pot to throw it out of. You understand me? I believe in you. You are doing a phenomenal job. Don't quit. It's going to all come through. What do they hear? The very opposite. You a bum. You ain't doing nothing. You lazy. All you do is sit up there and play that game all day and blah, blah, blah. And just tear them down. And then when they don't want to deal with them no more, 2 or 3 kids later, now they wanted, the disrespect comes. Y'all leave these brothers alone, okay, sisters? At the end of the day, I promise you, when it's all said and done with you, you're going to need a man, and that's why you ain't got none. You don't know what I got. You got somebody who want to have sex with you. That's what you got. You got somebody that liked the way your privacy print was moving around and gyrating on the social media sites. That's what you got. They're never going to be loyal to you. Because they just looking for the next Tatiana to get up there and twerk it and drop it like it's hot. Never going to be loyal to you. Never. You a piece of me. They may act like they love you for whatever they can get out of you. See, I'm very, very, very different. Growing up, I didn't want to hang around with a whole bunch of chicks. They was messy. Very messy. So I hung out with the fellas. I wanted to know, why was my homegirls so easy to be ran through? I wanted to understand that, so I didn't do it. I always knew from a small child, I'm a wife. So I hung out with the gentlemen to see how they talk about women. That was so easy to get with. And how they treated them too. Slapped them up. Be going in the house. I said what I said. I'm like, wow. I would have to cut him from here to Timbuktu. Like, the B word that's a heavy word right there. But they had no respect for themselves. And then I would see all of their side pieces. But they had one main woman. They had one main woman, and this main woman was hidden. She didn't come around all the homeboys. And because I grew up in the hood on the block, they would come and pick them up from off the block with tinted windows. You understand me? Incognito, pick up their dudes and go home, way across town where nobody knew where they lived at. They didn't have no reputations, no names, no negative stigmas attached to their name. But the thoughts, they come over there, get out of the car with their main piece. Come over there and pop them on. Oh, yeah. No respect, no morals for themselves. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to have no man talking about me like that. Yeah, I've been with her. Yeah, I did too. Like, what? That's disgusting. That is crazy. I didn't want no reputation, so I hung out and I made sure I learned what not to do so I could be faithful and how to carry myself, because I didn't have. Now, a lot of people can say, well, I didn't have no parent to show. Listen, my parents, one of my parents was absent and the other one did the very best that she could do. So me sitting down being taught, this is the type of man you look for, and this is the type of people you have, I had to get that out the mud. I had to just glean for myself and learn what to do and what not to do. And that was one of the things that I was not finna do, because I didn't see him do some stuff to some women. Put cigarettes in their private parts. Make them ride bicycles butt naked, take pictures and videos and send it all out on the internet. Crazy stuff. I be like, y'all dirt wrong. They be like, they let us do it. Run gangs on them. Gang back, like trains or whatever you call those. Don't a real man want that. A real man want a kept woman. One thing my husband ain't got to worry about is somebody seeing what belongs to him. Why? Because it ain't for everybody's eyes. Why am I talking about this? Because this is the ones y'all that went and had babies by. Then y'all get mad when somebody else is showing a little bit more skin than you. And they go over there and switch sides. Because you ain't got it all together. Just because you the mother don't mean that you right. Y'all be crazy as hell with a whole bunch of mental issues, like for real, that will not be addressed. So you stay mentally sick. I don't care. You can go put a suit on, some heels on, some pumps on, even have you a little extra dollars. It just make you a dressed up basket case. And that's not making fun of mental illness or mentally ill people. No, it's the truth. You got situations, deep-rooted situations. And you come in with bondage, wanting a man to save you, and then they don't because they got bondage. Neither one of y'all know how to be a mother or a daddy. And then you just determine, I'm going to get the kids. And because you bitter and mad at that man, now that mental illness spills over onto the kids. Yelling at them. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all ought to hear how some of your baby mamas talk to your children. It's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. Calling them B words, cussing them out, shaming them on social media. I mean, belittling them in front of the whole world because they broken. Just seen a young woman. I said, wow, where's this girl father at? Y'all know this B underwears is dirty, don't y'all? Since she want to get on and create her a social media, this little B underwears is dirty. Why would you ever? Oh my God, some of you women are off in a real way. You didn't think that your words going out into the whole entire internet. Well, I'm going to just leave it up here for 15 minutes and then I'll be done with it. No, you just damaged that girl. And the way that the internet is set up, it can be screen recorded and shared. Not only that, you just killed that baby's self-esteem. You just killed it. That was a personal situation. And if she got stuff in her underwears, why you haven't showed her how to bathe herself, ma'am? Shame on you. It starts with the tree, not the fruit. So if she don't know how to bathe herself properly, that falls on you. That makes you look stupid. We're gonna have these conversations, y'all. Yes, they do. That's right. And that's what I love about the Muslim sisters. Much respect to y'all. You ain't seeing nothing. You barely see their eyes. They be like, look, we're not playing with you. We ain't giving you nothing to lust up. That's how we as people used to cover and protect ourselves and dress up so that you wouldn't have men looking at your bottom parts and your front parts and wonder why you out there with these spandex on running around the neighborhood looking like Barbie. And please don't get me wrong when I'm finna say this, because I don't never approve or warrant sexual molestation, rape. I have been a victim of it. Not because I did anything to warrant it. But you know what I would never do? I would never, ever put on something that would attract that type of attention, even if somebody is sick in their head. I don't know who you over here talking to, but let me send you over here to the block list for playing with me, okay? I'm not your uncle. And these 9 kids that came up out of this will fact check you, you clown. So let me put you in the clown section. Miss C. Lewis, 1521, with no bio. Go be a clown on your own page, okay? I'm the woman for the job. Talking about, hey, uncle, get your sick, demonic self. Before I block you, Satan, the Lord rebukes you. How about that? Now I can block you. I check that demon on the inside of you. My 9 kids will fact check you. Ain't nothing, and can't no man have no baby, okay? Can't no man have no baby. And I don't care what science say. Can't no man have no baby. You best to understand that. But sit your old dumb self down and be a clown for free on social media. You ought to be ashamed of yourself on social media, being a broke clown, clowning around on TikTok. You ought to be doing something with these young men who ain't had their fathers and stuff in their life. You over here being a clown, talking about, hey, uncle. I almost said something the wrong way. Thank you, Father, for being a doorkeeper. So I ain't scared of y'all. I would tell y'all something, then go ask the Father to forgive me. Straight up. But that was a nice version. That was the best thing for me to do. Send that cat to cell block D. Go sit in the prison yard, okay? Social media prison. And watch this good old, this person has been deactivated. I'm not going to hold y'all up no more, okay? I just want to come by here and share that with y'all. Leave our brothers alone. Leave our kings alone. Jezebels. Go get yourself healed from that bad relationship that you agreed to. And leave these children out of it. You want to heal the home? Enough talking about what we need to do. Let's do it. Why don't you start by apologizing to your children for speaking ill of the men that you don't like, that gave part in their coming. When you tell them kids you don't like their father, you tell them you don't like them. I love you, but I don't like you. You lying. How you gonna love something and not like something that was created in the image and the likeness of that? Well, that's my sperm, don't it? No, I beg to defer. Needed to have someone next to me to hear the truth. Thank you. I'm the woman for the job. Okay? I'm the woman for the job. I ain't afraid to say it. Some of these women is out of control. I can't respect you when you start involving kids. So you want to know why the kids are all dysfunctional and why they suffering? Because you got bitter Bettys. And you got men who don't want to deal with that. I done seen men cry about their children. No man has a child and not loves a child. They don't have to like you because they found out that you was weird or something didn't click with them or agree with them. But when I'm taking my child and you get out of here, and the courts and stuff will make you feel that is okay. Because that's the way the system works. We'll just give them to the mother. And they be bitter as I don't know what, beating the kids, verbally assaulting them. It's sad. And not just in the brown community. I didn't see it happen in the Hispanic family. I didn't see it happen in the Caucasian family. You need to get healed because you are sick. And how would you ever tell a child? How would you ever tell a child that the man who created them, you can't stand them? Because that's telling your child you can't stand them. They have the same DNA of that man. And even if y'all don't work out and didn't work out, that does not give you the legal right to talk bad about the one that created them. It's going to backfire on y'all. Trust me. They're going to want to know their fathers. They are. And they'll grow up angry. Yes, they will. Why my dad didn't want me? That'll be your fault. Then they're going to turn around and come back to you. They're going to turn around and come back to you at the end of the day. They're going to rebel against you. I don't care what kind of money you give them. What nice house. They're going to always be looking for their identity. And only their fathers can give them that. So I'm going to say it once, and I'm going to say it for all. Leave our men alone. You are not the father. And there ain't no happy Father's Day. And if we all got on one accord and start checking these Jezebels, they would be slow to do this mess. But you have other bitter, sick women who will be like, happy Father's Day, boo. You ain't no man and never will be. They can perform 1,000,000 operations on you, beloved. They can add you on a sew-on. They can give you some balls. I don't care. It's still not going to change the anatomy of who you are. And you will always and forever be a woman. That go for some of you brothers who, and that ain't no hate speech, okay? I don't hate not a single soul but the devil who comes in to divide and conquer. I don't hate nobody. But I will tell you the truth, and you ain't going to put your stuff on me and make me, well, let me watch my words. Hell no, I ain't doing none of that. For what? Why would I watch my words for you? You a human being. You got a freedom of speech, and I do too. Not watching my words for you. You don't like me, so what? I like me, and I'm great with who I am. So everybody else's stuff is just extra anyway. Women need to be checked. That's straight up true. All independent. Won't you be a woman again? Stop being independent. You might get you a man that'll love you. Respect one another. And create healthy, happy families. That's what it's about. And if you cannot get along with each other, do it for the children that you both say you love the most. And that's my conclusion for today. Happy Father's Day, brothers. If they nobody tell you today that they love you, I'll tell you. I love y'all. I salute you. It don't matter if you deadbeat. It don't matter if they say you a bum. It don't matter if they say you suck. Today is your day of recognition. And I challenge everybody. I don't care if you a doggy daddy. You a daddy. If you a mentor, you a father to somebody, a father figure. Happy Men's Day. We salute you. We bless God for you. Because the truth of the matter is, we as women could not do it without you. I don't care what the government and all these other clowns and programs. We cannot. That's coming from a woman's mouth. We can't protect ourselves the way y'all can. We can't provide for ourselves the way that y'all can provide for us. We don't have the strength for that. That's why you see a lot of women broke down, bearing the brunt of stuff. The spiritual manifested on the outside. And they sick as hell. Because they taking on stuff that was never intended. So I salute you. I want you to have the best day. If your baby mamas don't salute you, I'm praying for them to get healed because they sick. Okay? That's what it is. It ain't got nothing to do with you. And don't be bullied into being, you know what I'm saying, around somebody that's going to make you miserable. They do have things in place that will help you see your children. Don't ever give up fighting for your children. Your children need you. And can't no woman raise, they can, I mean, in the natural, they can raise them up like that. But they can't ever give them their identity. They can't ever give them their identity. Okay? That's what they can. I don't care how independent they are, how much money they got, how much support they got, they still ain't going to be able. And because I didn't raise children in a blended family, who my husband has not been the perfect man, but he's been the perfect man that stepped up. He can't give them their identity. They still rebelled against him. This man is absolutely a real definition of a man. Come in and step up when their father stepped out, okay? But he still couldn't give them their identity. They still rebel. Your children need you. I don't care who that woman with. Your children need you, and everybody can get along together for the children's sake. Because that's what's important. And if we can't, then we're going to have some rules and stipulations because you ain't keeping me out of my son's or my daughter's life. Fight for your seed. I do not agree with this system and how they will just hand over the child to the woman because she had him. You didn't make him. You nurtured that seed and you bore that seed in the earth. But you did not make that seed. You don't have none. You have eggs. And nothing in this world grows, not even a fruit, not even a vegetable, without a seed. And that's what I wanted to say on today. Be encouraged. Dr. T loves you. I still love you, ladies. Give yourself a round of applause if you was able to sit through that, because I know that was hard, but it was right. And it's the truth. We haven't been given a legal right to disrespect our kings. That's what we're not going to do. And if I see that stuff on any of my pages, I will delete you, unfriend you, uncousin you, undaughter you, unsister you, unbrother you. It don't matter. Whatever you want to call it, I will undo it for you. I am not in agreement with tearing people down. Okay? Never have been, never will be. Even in the world before I converted to living a life of righteousness and holiness to the best of my ability. I couldn't run with you if you was messy. If you was talking about people, I couldn't run with you. Because I'm like, why you can't do nothing? If you got all that to say, well, look at them and what they got. Well, hell, what you doing to help them? Because if you ain't doing nothing to help them, then you can't talk to me about it. You a hypocrite. And because I've always been a defender, I will defend the truth by all means necessary. You don't get to bully people and talk down to people and tear down people. Go on about your bitter way and get healed. That's all I'm saying. Leave our brothers alone. And if I had $1 million, I would take you all out to dinner. Okay? Y'all pray for me because the enemy don't like me. Why? Because I'm liberating a lot of people. So financially, why wouldn't he come to the head? But he is still defeated, okay? If I had $1 million today, we would have a great giveaway. Every male would receive something for me. That's just where my heart is at. We didn't did it in times past. We just go ride and go to the hood and wherever else the brothers are at. You a father today? Yeah, but I ain't got mine. So what? You a father. I didn't ask you, did you have your kids with you? Are you a father? Here's a gift from us to you. Keep being strong. We salute you. We pray for you. We uplift you because we know what you're dealing with. Kids included. It's always been me, my husband, and my children doing that type of work. That's work. We don't sit around in pews and talk about praise the Lord and, we don't do that. Our kingdom comes with demonstration. Just like we take care of the mothers. Why do the mothers get Pizza Hut and the fathers get Little Caesars? This is not right. They want flowers and chocolate and all of this stuff. Well, and then the man would get a watch or a bottle. Let's make this make sense. And we got to stop doing it. We had to have this conversation. So with that being said, I'm going to let y'all go and enjoy the rest of y'all day. I just had to get on here and say that because I don't mind saying it. If you was able to sit through that, then give yourself a round of applause because it wasn't easy for me. When somebody had to call out my Jezebelic spirit, it wasn't easy. You talking about somebody was pissed off? I was pissed off. I don't know if y'all ever had that type of spiritual encounter, but I was sitting there and the man of God was talking about Jezebel. By the time he got finished talking about Jezebel, I was all the way in my seat like this. Like something in me wanted to get up and leave. It was bad. I was angry. I was even doing evil faces so that he could see that I was angry. Like, if you don't shut up, enough is enough. That demon was strong and real. But you know what? It was true. It was true. And if I wanted to have a healthy and successful marriage, I had to get rid of Jezebel. Telling my husband, this is my house and you can get out. They ain't gonna never want to come back. Well, why you don't bring your clothes back? Hell, because you put me out the last time, had me looking like a fool. How would I bring all my clothes? No, I'll keep 2 or 3 pieces here. That's cool. I'll keep 2 or 3 pieces here. I'm not bringing all my clothes back. Because you're going to put me out again, have me looking like a bum. Well, who are you over there looking at on the phone? Somebody that don't treat me like you. I tell the women, the wives and everything, you understand me? You understand me? No. We don't have the all same situation, but we all have the same problem. This is just about the men today. That's it. It's just about order, truth. That's all that it's about. No, nothing else, no more than truth. It is true. That's it. But I used to be that way. That's how I'm able to talk about it. Because I used to be that way. I'm coming. I'm coming right now. I gotta go because there's some other type of situation at hand. All right, we gonna keep on raising up and lifting up the men, and raising up and lifting up the women, and bridging the gap that divides us, and having hard conversations, truthful conversations, getting healed, getting healed. Okay, and that's what we're gonna do. If you don't like me today, I ain't mad at you. I ain't for everybody. I'm for somebody, but I ain't for everybody. Ain't gonna be no love lost. You ever get hungry or in need, or you ever need some words of encouragement or prayer, and guess what? Your girl will be here for you, whether we like each other or not. That's just something that I'm commanded to do. But we ain't gotta like each other. But y'all have a blessed evening. Make sure you tell whether it's your son that's a father, your father. Life is too short to be out here bitter. And people is dying every day, a dime a dozen. Make ends meet, whether my father ain't been there like that, but happy Father's Day to you, sir. Love you. Hope you have a blessed day today. Take care of yourself. I want to live on the earth long. I don't care. Let me get it ain't about my feelings, it's about my purpose. Okay? I ain't finna let you negatively affect me and get me taken out of here prematurely because I want to hold on to you. No, vengeance is the most high. And you're going to have your day to give an account, but I'm going to love you as I was commanded to do because that's on me. With that being said, peace out. Keep on doing works of righteousness. Absolutely. 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 Love y'all. Thank you. Same thing over you. Praying for all of y'all. Be strong, remain strong, and go in peace and not in pieces, and we're going to be all right. Okay? That's what for sure. We're going to be all right. We're going to heal within our community so we can grow. When we get the infection out, then we can take flight. All right? But I will see y'all the next time. All right, family. Let's check the comments over here. Love you too, Sister Pumpkin. Thank you, Sister Robles. Not piss off, just think. Yes, yes, yes. I absolutely agree. Love all you beautiful people. It's all love over here. I want restoration and unity. That's what I want. Restoration. Because that's what we all need as humanity. If everybody else, every other nation can have father and mother, and that's just where I'm at. The Caucasians will not even like each other, but they still will parent. Well, I pick them up for school today and make sure still a parent. You have the Hispanics straight up be vatos in gangs. still walk. What's up, homes? Walk that kid to school. Nah, we got to do better. We the only ones that be tearing them down. We got to do better. So with that being said, y'all have a blessed night. Happy Father's Day. Go and enjoy the rest of your evening. Women, let the men be men. Let them be great today. And I'll see y'all soon. Okay.